Right now, you can do something almost no other ape on Earth can do. You can jump into deep water and not sink. You can move your arms, kick your legs, and glide across the surface like it's nothing. It feels natural, like something your body was always meant to do. But it wasn't. You were born unable to swim. Every single human is. Drop a newborn puppy into a lake. It paddles instantly. Drop a grown adult in with no training, and they drown. Most people think swimming is a natural human skill. It isn't. Somewhere in our deep past, ancient humans stood at the edge of deep water, water that could swallow them whole, and they chose to walk in anyway. Scientists even found their pictures painted on a cave wall in the middle of a burning desert. And what those pictures reveal changes everything about who you are. So stay with me, because the last part will make you look at your own body differently. Here's the strange part. Humans are terrible natural swimmers. Almost every other mammal can swim the moment it's born. Dogs, cats, cows, even elephants. They fall into water and their bodies just know what to do. But not us. Our bodies are built for land. We stand upright. Our heads sit high above the water. Our chest tips us forward and face down. In deep water, that shape works against us. Panic sets in. The arms flail. The head drops. And within minutes, a human can vanish under the surface. So how did a species this badly built for water ever learn to swim? The answer starts before you could even talk, because you were born with a secret. For the first few months of your life, you had a hidden ability. Scientists call it the diving reflex. Lower a newborn baby gently into water, and something incredible happens. The baby holds its breath automatically, its heart rate slows down, and its tiny arms and legs begin to make swimming motions. No one teaches it this. It's already there, wired into the brain from birth. But here's what's fascinating. This reflex fades. By around 6 months old, it quietly disappears, as if the body switches it off. It's like a ghost of something ancient, a leftover instinct from a time when water ruled our story. And that time was very real. So why would fragile, land-loving humans ever risk the water? Because they had no choice. Imagine you are there, tens of thousands of years ago. You are following a herd of animals for food, and suddenly a wide river cuts across your path. On the other side is survival. On this side is starvation. The river doesn't care. You either cross, or you die slowly. Now multiply that by 1,000 generations. Rivers, lakes, flooded valleys, and even open sea. Around 50,000 years ago, humans reached Australia. And to get there, they had to cross open water, miles of it, on rafts, and through waves they had never seen before. Water wasn't a choice for our ancestors, it was a wall between life and death, and they learned to break through it. But crossing water was only the beginning, because water didn't just block our ancestors, it fed them. Along ancient coastlines, humans found something new. Shellfish, crabs, fish trapped in shallow pools, free food sitting right at the water's edge. But the best food was always a little deeper, just out of reach, so they waded in, then they ducked under, then they learned to hold their breath and grab it. And here's the part that matters, that seafood was packed with special fats, the exact fats a growing brain needs. Some scientists believe the water didn't just keep us alive, it may have helped make us smarter. The very brain reading these thoughts right now might have been fed by the sea, but that's only half the story, because the proof is still hanging on a wall today. In 1933, a Hungarian explorer named László Almásy was crossing the Sahara Desert, deep in the dry, dead sand of Egypt, the most lifeless place you can imagine. And inside a cave, he found something impossible. Paintings. Tiny human figures, their arms and legs stretched out, their bodies floating. They were swimming. People named it the Cave of Swimmers. But wait. How can there be swimmers in the middle of a desert? Here's the twist. Thousands of years ago, that desert wasn't a desert at all. The Sahara was green. It was full of lakes, rivers, and rain. Ancient humans lived beside that water. They swam in it, and they painted themselves doing it. So proud of the skill, they carved it into stone, for us to find 10,000 years later. So how did they actually learn? Not from a teacher, not from a pool. They learned the hardest way possible, through trial and through death. Picture the very first ones. A child slips into a river, and an adult, terrified, wades in after them, flailing, choking, copying the way animals paddled. Some drowned, but some made it out. And they remembered exactly what worked. They watched frogs. They watched dogs. They watched the very fish they were trying to catch. And slowly, they copied nature's design. Then they did the one thing only humans do. They taught it. A parent showed a child how to float. That child grew up and showed their own. Knowledge passed down. body to body, generation to generation, until a species that was born to sink slowly learned to swim. But here's the strangest part of all. Our bodies are still adapting to water right now. In the oceans near Indonesia, there are people called the Bajau. They are sea nomads. They live their entire lives on boats, and they dive deep. Some hold their breath for minutes at a time, sinking far below the surface with almost no equipment. In 2018, a scientist named Melissa Ilardo studied their bodies, and she found something shocking. The Bajau have larger spleens than normal people, around 50% larger. The spleen releases oxygen-rich blood when you dive. Bigger spleen, more oxygen, longer dives, and it's written directly into their genes. Passed down, still evolving. This is human evolution, happening in real time, because their ancestors chose the water, and the water reshaped their blood. So think about what this really means. You were born unable to swim, yet buried inside you is a reflex older than memory, a slowed heartbeat, a held breath, a body that somehow knew water before you ever did. Your ancestors stood at the edge of rivers that terrified them, and they walked in anyway. They drowned so their children wouldn't. They painted their victory on desert stone. They reshaped their own blood over thousands of years, just to move through water, and they passed every bit of it down to you. So the next time you float on your back and feel the water quietly hold you up, remember, that calm you feel isn't new. It's ancient. It's the memory of every human who chose to walk in. Instead of staying safe on the shore,